What's going on, everybody? This is Al from NCAA 06 Revival, and in this video I want to break down a key component to your run game from under center, and technically out of shotgun, but for this video we're going to show it under center to get the point across. I think one thing people tend to forget when they run the ball is why certain formations and certain plays work better than others. And this, I'm not going to call it a secret component, I just think it's kind of a forgotten component. And that is, if you're going up against man, who is defending who? And if that particular defender is defending or is responsible for your running back, how much work or stress are you putting on that defender? And here's what I mean. For example, and we'll go through several plays of this, just kind of give you an idea. We'll start off with strong normal. We'll run basic power option, or what I like to use it as, just my basic toss. We'll go up against a man cover 2. This is the most cover 2 man. It's the most basic defensive play in the game. We'll run out of 4-3. We'll just go off the left hash. Okay, we know they are in cover 2 man. If all goes according to plan, the right outside linebacker is supposed to defend the tight end. The middle linebacker is supposed to defend the fullback. And the left outside linebacker, again to our left, is supposed to defend the running back. Now, we want to run to the right. Everything's kind of balanced. Nobody's shifted or anything. What I mean by putting stress on a running back defender is by making him work as hard as he can to go for the tackle. Because that defensive play is designed for that linebacker who is responsible for your tailback to tackle him. If we're going to run to the right, think about it. What does that linebacker have to do? He has to run all the way to the right himself. And the odds of him getting stuck on one of his defenders or slowing down whatsoever is much higher than if, let's pretend, that the middle linebacker was defending our halfback. If the middle linebacker was defending our halfback, we are at an even playing field. We are lined up. If you just kind of put an imaginary line up the middle there, he doesn't have to run as far to go after the running back. But in a basic cover 2 man, that linebacker on the left is supposed to defend the halfback. So he is already at a disadvantage if I run to the right. Hopefully that makes sense. We'll run this play a couple times. We'll just toss it out. That's just a good defender right there. That's another thing. If you got good players, it's certain things you can't help. But we know they're in man. Now, you see that they shifted over. I still wouldn't mind running to the right on this because you're making things harder for that linebacker to move all the way across the field. Now, as long as I get good blocking here, I should get a decent gain. So we'll toss it out to him. Now, let's pretend 43 right there was the guy who's made the tackle. We'll go back to instant replay. Look who's 43. It is the middle linebacker. Where's 45? His responsibility is supposed to be to my running back. He gets caught right there. Now, imagine if I had great blocking over there. Look at all the room I could have had with my running back. That's just a good play by the linebacker, right? The middle linebacker, and the safety came up and made the tackle. But right here, the guy who's supposed to tackle me, to defend me, has already got caught up with my left guard. So if all things being equal, if my tight end would have blocked that middle linebacker, I could have done some serious damage. Probably had to make one juke. I ran the safety and I was gone. Hopefully that makes sense. We'll run it again. Again, all things being equal, if they're playing man on you, more than likely that linebacker on the left is supposed to defend the halfback. If you're lucky, the free safety is supposed to defend your running back. When you see that is when that left outside linebacker is going to blitz. That means somebody has to pick up the halfback. More often than not, it's going to be the free safety. And he's got a whole lot of room to run just to chase you. So we'll run the play again. We'll just make a toss here. Now I got a nice strong gain for about 13 yards. It took the safety to make the tackle. Let's see what happened to our defender. He's stuck. Nobody blocked him, but he's still just way out of position. This is what I mean by having an advantage in the run game. He's stuck, you don't know what to do, and we got a big gain of it. That's why I think certain plays run better than others. And I think it's formational based. Again, we'll run it. That left outside linebacker more than likely is supposed to defend me. We'll just toss it, get our halfback for about 6 yards. The middle linebacker is the one who had to make the tackle, not the guy who defended me. This is even better. He goes out wide. Pick up about 4 yards. But again, as long as you put the supposed defender of your halfback in a bad position, you're just increasing your chances of having a strong, solid, positive play. Now you're probably going to ask me, Al, but what if they play zone on me? Well, here's the beauty of it. Zone, what matters is numbers. So this is what we'll do. We'll stick with the same play. We'll go power option, and we'll go cover 2 zone. So now the defense isn't defending anybody. They're playing in zone. They're backing up and seeing what you're going to do. Now it's all about numbers. Again, let's put an imaginary line on the hashes right there in the middle of the screen. You see, we want to go to the right. I'm seeing 5 strong defenders on the right side, and both safeties are on that side as well. So we're at a numbers disadvantage. Of course, we can flip the run and go left. And we can motion our fullback as such. That gives us an extra man advantage. Now we run to the left. Now it's basically, once we get up to the line, is the left end, the defensive tackle, and that linebacker who's stutter stepping right there. Against my left tackle, my left guard, my center, and my fullback. And technically my halfback. Now we're at a numbers disadvantage. Or advantage. We'll just toss it to them. We'll get good blocking here. May take it all the way to the house. We'll break this play down. We already motioned our fullback over. We know they're playing zone. They motion all their linebackers to the right. So we're going to make a pay for it by going to their weakness, which is to the left. They just don't have as many defenders on the left to make plays. So we'll run the toss. I had a great block by my X receiver. And now it's just off to the races. I mean, it's perfect blocking. I got my fullback ready to destroy the safety. And it's 6 points. Now what we'll do power option, but this time we will do random formation, R1 at the bottom left. Now they're going man. All things being equal, there's a good chance either that left outside linebacker or that free safety is defending my running back. That's why it seems best to run to the right. Now, what happens if we do this? All things being equal, if they're going to cover 2 man, who's defending who? The left outside linebacker now has the responsibility of the fullback. The middle linebacker should have responsibility of the halfback. And the tight end is going to be defended by the right outside linebacker. That actually hurts us. We're making things easier for their defense to go after my running back. But if you switch it back over, now the left outside linebacker is supposed to defend the halfback. Now they could be running like a middle linebacker blitz or a blitz from the right outside linebacker. But again, against man, we just want to make the defender defending the halfback work as hard as he can to make the tackle. So we'll just run to the right. Nothing happened there. And I don't know if they're playing zone or man. They're playing zone. Okay. This is what we talked about earlier. Everybody shifted to the right. There's no reason why we shouldn't go to the left. It's just common sense. Now we can motion the receiver over. I think it's probably best if you motion the fullback over. And we'll just flip the play and we'll go left and see if we can get the numbers. Pick up 14 yards. Okay. Strong normal is one of the easiest ways to look at it because everybody's already in position. But what if you have a formation where it's kind of balanced out at the beginning? Let's pick like ace normal. Let's run our toss play. I think they're going man. I picked random formation. Yeah, they're going man. Okay. All things being equal, who's defending who? If they're going cover 2 man, both outside linebackers are defending the tight ends, and the middle linebacker is supposedly going to defend the halfback. So it's like man up. There's no advantage whatsoever. That's why and it really hit me a few days ago about this. Is, you know, I love to run a lot of ace normal, a ton of good stuff from it, especially the run plays. And I've now realized why some of the run plays in this formation didn't work as well as some other ones, and it's because of what this video is about: getting an advantage on your defender. So what we can do, we can leave it as is and make the middle linebacker work, but we have no advantage right now. Or we can motion this linebacker over. Now look at it. The left outside linebacker is supposed to go after the halfback, and we got him at a disadvantage. So we'll run to the right. Get a good gain there. Pick up about 5 yards. We'll break it down. Don't know who's defending who. It looked like the outside linebacker was defending. The middle linebacker was supposed to defend me. But look at him. He got cut up by the center. So he's already out of the play. I just had to make the quick toss. Got terrible blocking by my tight end right there, and terrible blocking by my receiver. But I still picked up 5 yards. That's still a great gain. Again, we can do the same thing. We can motion him over. And if we can run to the right. Big gain right here. You can tell. Great blocking by my receiver. And that is all because I put my linebackers, or the defender, whichever one that is, defending the halfback, out of position. It could have been the left outside linebacker. It could have been that safety. I think it's the free safety who's defending me, the halfback. But I had great blocking everywhere. He's already out of position, and I'm off to the races. So what's neat is you don't have to force yourself to run, to use formations to already have that advantage. Like ace big twins, we could run slam. They're going man. Now who's defending me? Right now we know it's the free safety. If I went to the left, I'm at a numbers disadvantage. But if I went to the right, I think it's worth going to the right and just see what happens. If the blocking's there, I have to make that free safety run a whole lot farther than if I went to the left. That's just good defense right there. All right, they're going man. Everybody shifted to the right. I could go to the left. We can attempt it. And that's who's supposedly defending me, was the free safety. We can break this down. I think the outside linebacker right here actually was supposed to defend me, but he got occupied by my left guard, and this free safety's just standing here, and I got all the room in the world to work with. Again, just make the defense work. That's what this video's about. Make it harder on them. Now they're going zone. Where do I need to run to? Let's just run to the right. It just makes sense. I can run to the right. I didn't even have to motion anybody. I could have motioned the receiver over. And we can go to like weak wide trips. We can run, we could do off tackle. I think that's a play I can flip. They're going zone. They are shifting. But I can motion him over as such, my fullback, and get an extra man in there. That's just good defense. Man, everybody's lined up, but they're shifting that way. I can run to the left. That's just good defense. They're going zone. They're shifting. You're still just giving yourself a chance. I mean, that's just terrible defense or offense. They're going man. They're shifting. I can run to the left. That's just terrible offense. There's no blocking whatsoever. Run to the right. That's more and more like it. Again, you're just increasing your chances of having a positive run. Here, I motion my fullback over. They're going man. So I just assume either that left outside linebacker or that free safety is defending my halfback. I got much better blocking, and I was able to take it off for a solid 15 yards, 13 yards. So you just play around with formations. You shift some guys around and see what happens. Stuff like that. It's just something to think about when you're running the ball from under center. And it's no different out of the shotgun as well. You just kind of have to think, if they're playing man, who's supposedly defending my guy, and can I make him work harder than usual? So some formations are better than others. Again, the strong formations automatically have you at a strength to the right, or it already has a strong side. Ace spread, it doesn't. It's an even playing field. You just got to hope you got good blocking. Ace wide trips, that's a strength. You can use that and run to the right, especially if they're going man. Slot, that is technically, we can show you right here. We can run a toss. And we'll go up against nickel. We're going zone. I can run to the left. I can leave it as is, or I can motion my tight end over. Give me an extra man. Just toss it to him. That's just good defense by the corner. Picked up good yardage, though. Now, both safeties are coming up. All things being equal, the right outside linebacker is supposed to defend my tight end, and the left is supposed to defend the halfback. If I run to the right, everything should be okay. I think I have an advantage, and I'm going to make that linebacker work. So we'll just toss it, and that's just terrible blocking. Going zone, go to the left. I can motion, or I can motion my receiver, get an extra blocker that way. Good play there. Get a good gain here. Real good blocking by my receiver. Going zone, all things being equal, I can leave it as such, or I can move my receiver over. He didn't block anybody, and I'll show you why. If you ever notice, like, halfback sting, look at the receivers. What do? They don't block anybody. They just go down the field. That's why certain run plays are great against man. Against zone, you just got to hope your receivers block or get in the way of a defender just enough where you can make a play. And it was the same with option strong. All three receivers are going on a deep route. They're not really blocking anybody. They're just distracting. So hopefully this video was somewhat helpful. It's just something to think about when you're picking formations. It's like, when in doubt, pick formations that just kind of give you an advantage, especially if you're going to run the ball quite a bit. You're just making it just a little bit easier for you if you pick formations that give you the strength to force defenders out of their position and make things harder on them. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later.